In this video, we're going to be exploring the island of St. John and the Virgin Islands National Park. We took a taxi from the cruise port directly to the Red Hook ferry terminal. It was about $25 for the two of us. It was in a small car actually, so it was a private taxi. We purchased our ferry tickets there at the terminal. That was an additional $25 a piece for round-trip tickets approximately. We didn't have to wait long for the ferry to leave. The ferry leaves Red Hook on the half hour, I believe, and then the return trip leaves from St. John's Cruise Bay at top of the hour. The ride is about 20 minutes long once the ferry starts. It's a beautiful ride across. Riding on top, it was a little tough to keep a hat on, so it is because it was windy. So I would recommend sunscreen if you're going to plan to ride on top of the ferry. We really wanted to make the trip to St. John's. We'd actually booked an excursion through Princess Cruise Lines. Princess had created the excursion just shortly after we left Fort Lauderdale, so people hadn't had a time to really look at it and book it. And as a result, there weren't any other people wanting to go to St. John's, so we had to cancel, or they canceled on us. We decided we still wanted to go. We figured we could get there and get back. We didn't know if we'd have time for a tour once we got to St. John's. As it turned out, we did. Timing was well for us. The taxi ride was about half an hour over, and of course the ferry ride took us about another half hour. Our main plan was to go to the National Park headquarters here on St. John's. Tawny wanted to get her stamp for a National Park book. We were able to arrange a tour with one of the local guides. It was a shared open safari type vehicle like they use on the islands there.
Beautiful Thursday morning. Welcome to the United States Virgin Islands Territories, coming all the way from North Carolina, Pittsburgh, California, and Texas. Hello from you all folks, my name is Kenneth. It's a pleasure, again a pleasure, having you on a beautiful little island of St. John, which is one of 4 United States Virgin Islands territories. But let's start by...
After a short drive, we went to the National Park Visitor Center and Tawny got her park book stamped. The drive to the National Park was unremarkable. We did see a lot of signs of the devastation caused by hurricanes in the past. I've placed a map inset on here that shows our route about the island, dark blue being the return trip from the Annabelle Plantation that you'll see later. We then stopped here shortly though at the Community Health Center, and this is the only health facility on the entire island.
Take a look over to your left, folks. You're already in the sign. That sign says Virgin Islands National Park. Good. Anybody who wants to step up the vehicle, maybe to look at the scenery area, take a photo or stretch your legs, you all folks are free to do so.
You can see we are pretty hard pressed to actually get a view of the scenery from this point. The only reason you can see this much is because I could put the camera on a 6-foot stick when I was standing on the bumper of the car. We really hadn't seen a lot of scenery other than the vegetation growth alongside the road. Things did get a little bit exciting when this fully loaded concrete truck was going down the hill faster than we were. We did get a little better view from this vantage point. The island in the distance, I think, is called Fortsburg. We didn't stay here very long, and there really wasn't that good a view from here. Again, I've got my camera up on a selfie stick, so I was able to get a little better view. Our next stop was at the Annaberg Plantation, and things get a lot better from there out. As we got closer to the plantation, we did get some better views of the coast as we were getting much nearer it. Our stop at Annaberg Plantation was a longer one. We had like 20-25 minutes here, and the views from here were just absolutely breathtaking. This was definitely the highlight of the trip, and it was well worth it. I think in the long run, would probably have rather have seen the island from the coast, but we had the objective of getting the national park stamp mainly. And this tour was just something we threw on. We didn't research it, but this part of the trip was absolutely fabulous. I did want to give you a quick tip. Whenever you're getting ready to leave the ship at a port, you should always take a picture of the port information for the port agent, so that in case something goes wrong, you'll have that information and you can make contact. I'll leave you here with some snapshots from the rest of the excursion. We did get back to the port just in time, actually, to catch the ferry back. So that timing was great. We were back to the ship in plenty of time. We did take a shared cab, basically a van, back to the ship from the Red Hook ferry terminal. And we had time to get a little shopping done right there at the port that we needed to do. So the trip went well. You could be on a time crunch if you're trying to make it when you make a trip to St. John's. It's all about the timing, getting off the ship early enough, and timing the ferries and your taxi rides and everything back and forth. But it is doable. And except I would probably do a coastal tour though if I had to do it over again. Possibly even take that right from St. Thomas. That way, your transportation would be included. We thank you for watching and wish you safe travels.